Good morning. Here is the news at 10. First, the highlights. Lagos State Office of Transformation, Creativity and Innovation launches Growth Mindset Advocacy Program in local government areas. President Tinubu charges contractors on prioritizing local content, ensuring transfer of knowledge. On the foreign scene, police arrest hundreds in Paris clashes after PSG Champions League win. And in sport, Super Eagles lift Unity Cup after beating Jamaica on penalties. Now the details. I am Dele Agadumo. The Lagos State Office of Transformation, Creativity and Innovation, OTCI, has successfully launched an impactful advocacy program aimed at promoting a growth mindset among officers in local government areas, LGAs, and to local council development areas, LCDAs. Director General of OTCI, Toyin Anjus Ademuyiwa, said the initiative seeks to empower local officers to adopt a growth mindset vital for fostering a culture of creativity and innovation within their councils. Anjus Ademuyiwa emphasized that through the program, OTCI aims to enhance service delivery and improve responsiveness to the community's needs. She maintained that OTCI is eager to witness the transformative effects of the advocacy program as it continues to promote a culture of creativity and innovation throughout local governments and local council development areas in the state. Fellows of the Lateef Jakande Leadership Academy, LJLA, have arrived in Singapore for a week-long international policy trip designed to expose them to innovative governance practices, cutting-edge public policy models, and transformative leadership principles. This experience, an intricate component of the Academy's 12-month fellowship program, is tailored to cultivate globally minded public sector leaders by immersing fellows in world-class learning environments outside Nigeria. Throughout the visit, the fellows will undertake a series of curated courses at the prestigious Lee Kuan Yew School of Public Policy, exploring themes such as economic transformation, sustainability, social protection systems, public housing policy, multiculturalism, and future thinking. Executive Secretary of the Academy, Aisat Agbaje Okwade, described the trip as a pivotal moment in the Fellows' leadership journey as it will sharpen their perspective, expand their network, and deepen their leadership potential. Lagos State has emerged as a powerful voice and destination of choice through various international partnerships, cultural diplomacy, and presence on world tourism platforms. Commissioner for Tourism, Arts and Culture, Toke Benson Awoyinka, stated this while addressing members of the press at the ministerial press briefing commemorating the 6th year in office of the administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu in Alausa, Ikeja. She said with strategic collaborations and groundbreaking engagements, the Lagos State Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture is working relentlessly to ensure that the city not only attracts global visitors, but also offers a world-class experience that is seamless, enriching, and memorable. Benson Awoyinka recalled that earlier this year, the ministry took a pivotal step in improving international tourism experiences by engaging directly with the Nigeria Immigration Service towards easing entry procedures for tourists arriving through the Murtala Mohammed International Airport. Further evidence of Lagos' cultural diplomacy was the official visit of Crown Princess Victoria of Sweden to the J. Randall Center for Yoruba Culture and History. She promised to ensure that Lagos continues to shine on the world stage, welcoming visitors from across the globe with open arms and sharing the powerful story of who Lagosians are. President Bola Tinubu has inaugurated 3 fast patrol boats and inducted 3 Trekker helicopters at the Nigerian Navy ship Beecroft Jetty, Lagos State, as part of the Navy's 69th anniversary celebrations. The new vessels, NNS Sherry, NNS Faro, and NNS Ikogosi, along with helicopters, are the latest additions to the Nigerian Navy fleet, aimed at enhancing surveillance, rapid response, and maritime security within Nigeria's territorial waters and the Gulf of Guinea. In his welcome address, Chief of the Naval Staff, Ikechukwu Ogala, expressed profound appreciation to Tinubu for his unwavering support and approval of the assets. He said the inauguration is a clear demonstration of Tinubu's commitment to national security and economic prosperity through the protection of the maritime environment. In his remarks, President Tinubu, who was represented by the Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawali, described the induction as a historic milestone in Nigeria's maritime security landscape. He commended Ogala for his strategic leadership and drive for fleet modernization, reiterating the government's commitment to providing the Navy with the necessary resources to protect Nigeria's blue economy. Now to the rest of the stories. President Bola Tinubu has urged contractors to keep their promise by prioritizing local content and training Nigerian engineers to ensure knowledge transfer and sustainable infrastructure development. President Tinubu stated this when he inaugurated the completed part of 30 kilometers Phase 1, Section 1 of the 750 kilometers Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, stretching from Ahmadu Bello Way in Victoria Island to Eleko in the Lekki Peninsula, with a charge to motorists and commuters to utilize the infrastructure effectively. The president emphasized the need for strict adherence for urban planning laws, warning developers encroaching on road setbacks that the government would enforce the rules and bring them to book, while compensations would no longer be paid to defaulters who violate laws on the right-of-way. He appealed to Nigerians for continued patience, assuring that economic recovery is underway with signs of stabilized foreign exchange and easing food prices.
I thank people for supporting this project that will positively affect the lives of our people. I know at this stage the expectation is still very high, and our Nigerian people are still going through difficult times. I take this opportunity to appeal to all Nigerians that the hope is here. And
as part of his renewed hope agenda, President Tinubu also virtually inaugurated and flagged off several other major road and bridge projects across Nigeria's 6 geopolitical zones, including Ibadan, Ife, Ilesha, Akure, Benin Road, rehabilitation of Calabar, Uge, Katsina Allah Road Section 2, Kano, Kwana, Danja, Hadeja Section 2, among others. The president reaffirmed his administration's commitment to infrastructure-led development, job creation, and economic recovery. Minister of Works David Umahi reeled out the achievements of the President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, especially on legacy infrastructural development projects across Nigeria with immense benefits, which include job creation, economic opportunities, improved accessibility, and connectivity, among others.
We had confrontation about the compensation. Mr. President, you said, my oath of office is for the welfare of Nigerians. By law, we were not supposed to pay compensation for shanties along the gazetted route. Even when we had problems within the gazetted route along Channel 16, we were confronted with MTN cables, we were confronted with True Africa cables. You directed us that we must realign. We should not touch the road. We pay compensation for those who have their shanties. We pay compensation for those who have their greenhouses. Today, we paid a total of 18 billion compensation for Section 1.
Present at the event were governors of Lagos, Ogun, Edo, Bayelsa, Delta, Ondo, Borno, Ekiti, Kogi, Cross River, and Imo State, federal lawmakers, traditional rulers, captains of industry, and other dignitaries. Our correspondent Abiola Fagbolagun reports that the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway spans through Lagos, Ogun, Ondo, Delta, Bayelsa, Akwa Ibom, Rivers, and Cross River State. The House of Representatives is considering a bill that seeks to impose a 7-year jail term or a 5 million naira fine on anyone found guilty of giving or receiving bribes in workplaces across the country. The bill, sponsored by a lawmaker representing Enugu East Isiuzo Federal Constituency, Paul Namchi, and 3 others, aims to curb bribery in both public and private workspaces. It is stated that it is slated for further debate when the House resumes on June 17. Under the proposed law, a stiffer penalty of a 10-year jail term and the same financial sanctions for anyone who solicits or receives a bribe is being proposed. For public officials, the bill recommends dismissal from public service and a 15-year ban from holding elective or appointive office if convicted of bribery. In cases involving corporate organizations, guilty entities will face a fine of not less than 100 million naira, while their directors or responsible officers will be prosecuted and, if convicted, face a minimum of 10 years imprisonment. Now to foreign news. Hundreds of people have been arrested in Paris following clashes with police after Paris Saint-Germain PSG fans celebrated their club's victory in the Champions League final. Officers arrested nearly 300 people after clashes broke out near the city's Champs-Élysées Avenue and PSG's Parc des Princes Stadium, where nearly 50,000 people had watched the 5-0 win against Inter Milan in Munich on big screens. Flares and fireworks were set off, bus shelters were smashed, and cars were trashed amid the wild celebrations. The chaos came after PSG won the biggest prize in Europe club football for the first time in the club's history. The majority of fans celebrated peacefully, with many singing and dancing in the streets or blaring their car horns. In our sports, Nigeria's Super Eagles has defeated Jamaica 5-4 in a penalty shootout after ending 90 minutes with 2-2 draw to retain the Unity Cup title. The last time both teams met in the 2004 edition, the Super Eagles triumphed 2-0. Moses Simon and Samuel Chikwueze got the Super Eagles' first and second goals as the game saw Werder Bremen fullback Felix Agu, Getafe midfielder Christian Stos Uche, and Frederick Benjamin of Brentford make their debuts. Jamaica missed one of the 4 kicks, while the Super Eagles converted all 5 attempts, with Uche scoring the winning spot kick. President Bola Tinubu has expressed sorrow over the tragic accident that claimed the lives of about 21 members of the Kano State team returning from the recently concluded National Sports Festival held in Ogun State. In a statement released by his special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Ononuga, the president described the incident as a devastating blow to the nation. He sent heartfelt condolences to the government and people of Kano State, and especially to the families of the deceased. President Tinubu noted that the tragedy cast a somber shadow over what is usually a celebration of unity, talent, and national pride. Paying tribute to the victims, the president praised their dedication and dreams, calling them shining examples of the resilient Nigerian spirit. And that is our news at 10. Just before we go, your vehicle is not a strong room. Please always keep your valuables off the view of miscreants. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration empowered 600 women with ingenious business ideas to the tune of 4 billion naira through the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, LSETF, W initiative to empower Lagosians? Can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Office of Transformation, Creativity and Innovation, LTCI, has successfully launched an impactful advocacy program aimed at promoting a growth mindset among officers in local government areas, LGAs, and local council development areas, LCDAs. President Bola Tinubu has urged contractors to keep their promise of prioritizing local content and training Nigerian engineers to ensure knowledge transfer and sustainable infrastructure development. We also told you that hundreds of people have been arrested in Paris following clashes with police after Paris Saint-Germain PSG fans celebrated their club's victory in the Champions League final. And in sports, Nigeria Super Eagles has defeated Jamaica 5-4 in a penalty shootout after ending 90 minutes with 2-2 draw to retain the Unity Cup title. For contact at the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Adewale Olumoroku. I am Dele Agadumo. Good morning. Thank you for listening.